to those of you that listen to me ramble on to myself. This is not financial advice, never will it be financial advice. Alright, this is the daily breakdown, let's get to it. So, price came up. Let's start with Euro actually. So, on Euro USD, price was trending down as discussed yesterday and in the weekly watch. And now it looks to be turning around. Price gave us an indecision candle here, so it's very possible that we could continue to maybe drop down to these lows. If price were to go high momentum indecision and then keep popping, it's very possible as well. I draw on here, but you would see we had a 33% pullback to this area and a 61.8 to this area that I was watching yesterday. Dollar Swiss, I'm very bullish on the way price action has performed here. Is we had what wanted to be a 3-bar reversal. Price closed bullish to continue up into this wick and into these highs right here. If we were to get up here, price could use liquidity to get up into this area. So this is a perfect failed 3-bar reversal. Essentially, is what we had. Is we had a lower wick, higher wick, lower wick, but we closed bullish, meaning the bears did not have enough pressure to actually turn this thing around and get going the other way. So very bullish sign there. Pound is pushing to the upside still as we had all these small body candles. We are getting some momentum to the upside. We are in this resistance, support, resistance now area. Price I do expect to do some kind of rejection. I don't know how big or deep it will be. I don't have a trade idea on this pair yet, but I do expect some kind of rejection up at those levels. Odd came in, made new highs. I closed out the entirety of my position yesterday. As for, it was a gain, that's all I'm going to say. It was alright. It wasn't a bad trade. So, price came in. We had the same 3-bar I pointed out yesterday, pretty much. And we had a high momentum to the upside, which means we could definitely have a pullback into what would be considered a fair value 50% or more retracement, being as this was a high volume to the upside. There's probably going to be breakout traders, so we're going to drag that liquidity back into the mean reversion area to possibly buy again after we have dropped a bit on these breakout buyers. Same thing with Kiwi, high momentum bar through the highs. Now it's time to possibly come back. This could be a shallower retracement, as you see that support is up in this area. It would look like on this chart, all the way down to here. So there to there would be a support zone that possibly we could see price drop back into. It's highly unlikely that with that strong bar through the highs, we continue to pretty much just keep chugging along. Had this been more of a weak bar, it would have been more likely that we could have possibly kept going, but this is pretty overextended into these highs. Kiwi, on the other hand, did not make new highs. So what we had is we had odd making new highs. Kiwi did not make new highs. So price is still in this area, and we had a 61.8, 78.6 area retracement. Price is showing wicking into this resistance, so it is possible price pulls back a little bit before continuing up. There is not a whole lot for me to see on this actually continuing down, as there is no 3-bar confirm here. If this were to close bearish, maybe even below these lows, that would show me that we're probably going to go bearish back into these lows. But at the moment, using the magnet effect, we are closer to these highs. We expect the highs to get hit, as the closer you are, the stronger the magnet is. So we expect price to expand to that direction and take out those highs. That's what I do see. On Euro Yen, I expect price to keep coming down, waterfalling to these lows. We did have this break of support, turn resistance now, and it is a very, let's just say, large area that isn't really defined, so not a whole lot to look at there. Pound Yen, wiki bodies, price is making small body candles in here. This is still a range. Well, not a range. Well, it could be a range, but it's very choppy, a choppy range. price is pulling back up into these lows. It did here and showed us a wick, but wick to both sides. So very indecisive on the pound yen. Dollar yen is going to the downside as there was pressure to the downside. As if we pull up the EMA, as you can see, we had pressure to the downside. Price did, however, give us a wick, so we do expect some kind of pullback to maybe a fair value area, 50%, 61.8, 78.6, to continue to the downside. I don't expect these highs to be taken, but however, the technicals could maybe possibly do that. So let's go to the technicals here. On the 4 hour, we have euro dollar came into this. I don't know if I had this area marked on my chart yesterday, but this is a zone between. This is a zone between the 50 and the 78.6 in this area. The price has defended it, and now it had a big bearish engulfing back below these two candles, and price is holding below those two candles. Now I am bearish on euro despite not breaking below the support yet because of dollar Swiss. Dollar Swiss, however, that's the wrong way. Dollar Swiss, however, has broken above support on the lower time frame, i.e. the 1 hour. So what we had here is we had price do resistance, price push down. It used it as support here. It's using it as support here. And there is this trend line, which don't put too much weight into. There are also EMAs right here that are pushing price back up. Once price pushed back up, we had a 1 hour break, pull back into the 50 area, retest, and I expect new highs. Obviously, my highest profit target objective is all the way up here at this key level, a little bit below it. And these are my other profit target objectives, those blue lines. So we'll see what we can get out of there. However, this is not actually, this should be here. I'm sorry, my bad. There should only be 3 profit targets. This one, and that one. So yeah, that's what I have on that. So I do expect 4 hours to new highs on dollar Swiss. I do not expect anything on the pound as we are still in this resistance area and we have not invalidated fibs nor broke any support to the downside. So this, in my opinion, is not a trade pretty much. It's still waiting to pick a direction. I don't trade it before it picks a direction, but those are the areas I am looking for it to pick a direction in. Aussie, however, you can see on this green line, which was predetermined before this, well, using essentially one of the values of last month, has been used as resistance, and now is looking to be turned into support. I don't know if I'll take it at the level yet. I need to see 1 hour structures in here possibly to take it off just take it off the level. If not, if I don't see those 4 hour structures, I'll look for price to come in here and confirm the entry on a lower time frame, i.e. the 1 hour or the 30 minute or the 15 minute off this trend line, EMA, resistance turn support, and price should keep trending to the upside, or we'll break through all this, invalidate it, and retest it on the way down. So let's draw that out as well. Don't need the magnet, so price were to come here, retest, up, or come through, retest, down. So those are 2 possible scenarios. On the odd, we'll be looking for confirmation too long. If it goes all the way through, I'll be looking for confirmation to short on the downside. Odd yen, the same thing, not much variation. We are actually above last week's high here. So price could do more of a shallow retracement and possibly keep going. It's not a pretty pair to me. It's not doing a whole lot of nice pullbacks. There's nothing super exciting about it. So yeah, I'm just not going to really pay too much attention to that one. Kiwi, however, is the same as Aussie and reflect to it is maybe even nicer looking. Kiwi, I do expect these highs to be taken out on the last week's candle off of this break and retest. On the 1 hour, it is probably a level I'll be looking to take off of the level instead of waiting for a limit. Price did have this structure right here into the 61.8. That's something to possibly look into more. I'm not going to go into yet exactly how I pick the levels I trade off the level and what I look for confirmation on. There's different factors to it. Yeah, so that's that on Kiwi, possibly more to the upside. If it were to break through, we'd wait for price to probably retest that orange line and come back up into here and go the other way with it. Euro yen, the long-term idea is still in play. It did break this 1 hour support, but it's very choppy. Nothing to really notice, so we're just going to box this whole chop area off as pretty much a consolidation. If price were to maybe break out and even still looking to break below these lows, I would use it on a retest to get back to the lows. That is that. Let's go to the 4 hour again on pound yen. Pound yen is not respecting the idea of this trend line. Price did come in and make a higher low after coming into this area, made a higher low, pushing back up. And now it's looking like it wants to break out. So on the 1 hour, this support turned resistance zone does look like it could possibly pop back into new highs. However, I'm not going to be trading that way as the 4 hour is against that idea. The 4 hour is still bearish. Dollar yen did break out of this consolidation box. It was during New York, so I don't trade New York as I pay attention to equities during New York. And it is consolidation. That's all. I don't see any reason to enter dollar yen. It's not very clean. I only take about 4 trades a week. I don't consider adding positions to the same trade, but 4 positions a week on a pair that with multiple positions. So dollar Swiss is one I'm in currently right now. Just entered it here on this 1 hour bullish engulfing confirmation off of this zone. Yeah, that is all I have for you. Let's look through here real quick. Price could, let's draw this scenario out as well. I know this is starting to look like a lot of scenarios, but they're all very valid scenarios that could possibly be used as entries to go to the downside. And if we break everything and use this, I do expect this as the only variation to go to the upside. Pound is still holding those levels. Odd, like we said, possibly could bounce from this support area to new highs. Or it'll break through and we'll use it as a resistance area. Odd yen I don't like, it's just very nasty looking. Kiwi, I do like the idea of the way it's approaching it. It is going to pull back into the 61.8, 56, or 50% to 61.8 area. It's a very nice area. I will be looking for long opportunities on that one. Euro yen, I boxed off the consolidation. Nothing super interesting to get in right now as the candles are very choppy and not showing a current direction. Pound yen, expecting to the upside. However, I'm not going to look to trade it to the upside quite yet. Need to see more fibs break. Dollar yen, it's very possible it just pops back up here and uses price to go the other way. So yeah, there's that scenario as well into this support resistance area here. So yeah, there's a few things to watch on that as well. Okay, that's it, folks. Bye.